international partners. The Haitian National Police are currently under-resourced and outmanned. The UN Security Council approved multinational security support mission to Haiti, therefore, is a critical and a necessary first step to restore basic law and order and provide an environment of stability to allow the distribution of assistance and the crafting of medium and long-term solutions. On this, I'm certain that we all agree. We can also agree that Haitian voices must be central to any deliberations towards a resolution of the situation. The Haitian people must feel and know that they are a vital part of the process, having ownership in its planning and implementation. However, we who have agreed to facilitate consensus will do an injustice to the people of Haiti if we ourselves are unable to move forward with urgency and resolve. We look forward to the harvesting of the results of the discussions that we have been engaging today. This special meeting must lead us closer to action. As each passing day, the situation becomes more dire for the majority of the people of Haiti and indeed the region. We must resolve to end this state of play and by our actions provide hope for Haitians that this time there will be a positive outcome and things will indeed get better. Disjointed effort will be no match for those who would seek to sow discord and prevent a just and secure future for Haiti. I am pleased, therefore, that we have convened at such short notice this meeting with great determination, that this time we will do for Haiti what needs to be done. Jamaica remains firmly committed to the Haitian cause, as demonstrated through the conduct of our regional responsibilities within the MSS mission, our level of engagement in CARICOM, and at the United Nations. I commend the chair of conference, President Ali, for determining that this meeting should take place. I commend my colleague heads, those countries present, and indeed all countries and agencies which have committed or indicated support for the mission. It is my hope that at the end of this meeting, we will have developed a clear and defined pathway forward and will have infused our planning for deployment of the agreed multinational security support mission with the urgency and the vision it requires. The people of Haiti need and deserve nothing less than the safety, freedom, and prosperity that the first free Black Republic deserves. I thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister Holness. I want to take this opportunity before I pass the floor to acknowledge and thank the Mexican Foreign Minister, the French Minister of State and Development, the Canadian Ambassador to the UN, the Brazilian Ambassador to Jamaica, and Ambassador Rattray, who is also the Chief of the Cabinet of the UN, Secretary General, and our other partners. I want to thank the President of Benin and also the Prime Minister of Canada, who are online all afternoon waiting for us. We want to recognize their representatives here. Yes. Of course, the President of Kenya and the people of Kenya. Importantly, too, I want to thank the President of the DR, who has been in contact with us. But I want to acknowledge before I pass the floor to Secretary Blinken, the tireless effort of your team. Brian, Barbara, Marcel, you guys have been enormous in your support. I think I've had more conversations with Brian than my wife over the last 6 days.
Sorry about that.
But I want to say this is a level of commitment that is needed for the people of Haiti and Haiti at this time. And I really appreciate the type of support that you have been giving. And we in CARICOM look forward for this continued support for the fulfillment of all the pledges. And we will also be working closely with the partners on ensuring we mobilize as quickly as possible resources for the rebuilding of Haiti, for the humanitarian effort that is required for Haiti, and for the advancement of the Haitian society. I now give the floor to Secretary Blinken, and I thank you also for your time and your commitment to this singular cause of the people of Haiti.
Mr. President, thank you. Thank you for your leadership today, but thank you for your leadership every day, along with Prime Minister Holness for bringing us together today, all of the CARICOM bodies of government for organizing the meeting, but also, and more important, for the sustained commitment that we've seen from everyone around this table and people beyond this table to helping Haiti and its people in what is an extraordinarily difficult time. And both the President and the Prime Minister have very eloquently shared what that challenge is for the people of Haiti. That's what brings us together today. A political crisis, escalating violence, unrest. This has created an untenable situation for the Haitian people. And we all know that urgent action is needed on both the political and security tracks to help move things in a better direction, to help do right by the people of Haiti. We're here in Kingston today to listen to your ideas, but also to provide our concrete support for the way forward. And in particular, the joint proposal that was developed by CARICOM and all of the Haitian stakeholders to expedite a political transition. We support the plan to create a broad-based, inclusive, independent presidential college that would, in particular, first, take concrete steps to meet the immediate needs of the Haitian people. Second, enable the swift deployment of the multinational security support mission. And third, through that deployment, through a reinforced Haitian National Police, create the security conditions that are necessary to hold free and fair elections, to allow humanitarian assistance to get to people who need it, and to help put Haiti back on a path to economic opportunity and growth. Now, we've spent the day, and in fact, the last several days, in intense conversations on the phone, by video conference, here in Kingston, to work this path forward. One that, as you've heard from both the President and the Prime Minister, is Haitian-led, Haitian-conceived, but with the critical support of countries around this table. Today's work that I'm also confident, along with my colleagues, is now sketching that path forward, is an opportunity to continue the work toward consensus on an enduring, inclusive, and representative transition. What we've seen in recent days, again, should remind us that the already challenging and difficult security situation has now deteriorated even further and makes the multinational support mission even more important than ever. The United Nations Security Council has reaffirmed that and reaffirmed a collective commitment to deploy it as quickly as possible. Given this increasingly urgent need, I'm announcing today that the United States Department of Defense is doubling its approved support for the mission from $100 million to $200 million. And that brings the total U.S. support to $300 million for this effort. I'm also announcing additional humanitarian assistance for the people of Haiti, $33 million to further support their health and food security. Now, all of us know that only the Haitian people can, only the Haitian people should determine their own future, not anyone else. But all of us here, CARICOM, the United States, our other partners, we can help. We can help restore a foundation of security that can address the tremendous suffering that innocent Haitians are experiencing and help create the conditions that will enable them to have that opportunity. So I think we've had an intense and good day today already. This is coming together in a positive direction, and I hope the discussions we'll continue to have can now finalize a plan that will move us forward. Again, thank you very much, Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Secretary Blinken, and that is the type of commitment that we have seen all day today from all the stakeholders. And I think as the region enters into the phase of Ramadan, joining our brothers and sisters in fasting and Lent, that we have an added responsibility during this period to do the best we can in the interests of the people of Haiti. But I want the people of Haiti to know that the collective here see the future of Haiti in the hands of the people and stakeholders of Haiti. And we look forward for the stakeholders in Haiti and the people of Haiti to take ownership, to take responsibility, and to have the level of consciousness that is required for Haiti and to advance the cause of Haiti. I want to now also thank the members of the CARICOM Secretariat and all the supporting staff for all the agencies who would have worked tirelessly to get us to where we are today. The work is far from over. It's intense work moving forward. I thank you all, thank members of the media. Oh, okay. They had some technical, is it the technical issues, right? Okay, we will now try to get Prime Minister Trudeau, who wanted to, well, he was online all afternoon, but we have various groups online, so the technical capacity and capability is being tested. So we'll have another form of technology to help us to get him in. Oh, and also the president of Benin was waiting all afternoon too. They were completely engaged in the discussions, but he was also waiting to address us. And Kenya. So I don't know if we can get all of them back on the phone, but definitely we're trying to get Canada back on the phone. If we can get the others back on the phone, please, that would be good.
Go ahead, Prime Minister.
Well, I just want to say how pleased I am that everyone's been coming together in such challenging but important conversations right now. The people of Haiti need for all of us to continue to focus on their well-being and their safety and security. We are going to be, as Canada, continuing to be there to support a Haitian-led solution. I want to thank all our CARICOM friends for leading this process so thoroughly and diligently. I know we're close to resolving it, but there's still more work to do, and Canada will continue to be there with financial contributions, humanitarian contributions, and any sort of political support we can on continuing to move forward on this. We need to recognize that this has been a very, very challenging few years, not just for the Haitian people, but for the entire political class in Haiti, and I really commend them for continuing to come together. I spoke earlier with Premier Minister Henry and thanked him for the work that he continues to do, and I know that as we move forward with some sort of presidential transition council, the people of Haiti will be well served as people come together and set aside the differences and remain ambitious about the future we're going to build. And Canada is there to support the Haitian people and all the regional partners as we move forward in a safer and more prosperous future for the Pearl of the Antilles.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister Trudeau, for those reassuring words. I think we have one more person in the room who I would give the floor to, the Foreign Minister of Mexico. Please.
Thank you so much. Very good to see you, dear Secretary Blinken. His Excellency Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, His Excellency Andrew Holmes, Prime Minister of Jamaica, Kamina Johnson, my friend, and of course, dear Courtney Rattray, Chief of Staff of our Secretary General, Ministers and Vice Ministers. I'm pleased to convey the fraternal greetings of President Manuel López Obrador, as well as the best wishes for this to be a very fruitful meeting in which decisive agreements become effective, actions to ensure security and stability for Haiti. And most importantly, any agreement should include Haitians and its political actors. We must transcend words and go beyond commitments and move to actions. We are here to support Haitians to find their stability and to own their process to return to normality. Haiti has the potential to become once again an historical reference in defense of liberty, equality, and fraternity among human beings. Mexico deeply regrets the institutional decline in Haiti and strongly condemns the acts of systematized violence perpetrated by gangs that compromise the rule of law and a constant violence to human rights. I wish to recognize fully the efforts of CARICOM and you, Mr. President, and the Prime Ministers of CARICOM who are here today. I wish to recognize all of you because you have been able to promote dialogue between all the political forces of Haiti. A lasting and permanent solution can only come from within the Haitians context, and one that includes all of the actors and does not involve foreign interference, but real support from the international community. We join the call made to the Haitian authorities and political actors, hoping that by placing the national interest and the welfare of population first, we can reach today, and you can reach today, and none of us can reach today, the necessary agreements that will guarantee order, security for free elections through a democratic process. Dear friends, we as part of the international and regional community fully support the establishment of a presidential council, plus the principles agreed here today by all stakeholders to be eligible as members of this presidential council, as well as the proposed responsibilities that were discussed today, both which are the results of a participatory and consultative process. And thirdly, we are fully committed to engage in the deployment of the multinational security support mission. We recognize Kenya's leadership in its articulation and make an urgent appeal to countries that are friends of Haiti to contribute with their means to facilitate an immediate deployment. When we were members of the United Nations Security Council, Mexico promoted the resolutions that renew the mandate of the United Nations Integrated Office in Haiti and Resolution 2653, which imposed sanctions on non-state actors linked to gang financing and arms trafficking. And we urge the Sanctions Committee to act more effectively in implementing this resolution. We are aware that this situation is not recent and that we have to, this imperative to all of us to address the root causes. And we mean poverty, inequality, violence, and social disintegration. Through CARICOM, Mexico will continue our cooperation programs in agriculture, health, and environment. It is essential to put together projects for development and increase the productive capacities and job opportunities for Haitians. Without development, there can be no security. For several years, Mexico has supported Haiti with cooperation and training programs for the national police and the armed forces. To date, we have trained 762 Haitian officers, and we will continue to do so, doubling our efforts at this crucial time. We have also contributed to the Basket Fund on Security in Haiti. We have shared technical expertise for the creation of a police command and control center, and in addition to providing training in essential areas such as the legitimate use of force with a focus on human rights and the implementation of community policing practices. We are committed to continue working closely to strengthen security in Haiti and also to put concrete resources into the cooperation efforts. To safeguard our efforts for Haiti's stability, it is imperative to work together to fight firearms trafficking. We believe that this is at the core of the problem we are facing today, because we have to address the disproportionate capabilities to organize crime and represent a risk, not only for Haiti, but for the entire continent. And with the US, we have been working together on how to control this arms trafficking through our borders. Supporting Haiti means strengthening regional stability. The consequences of this unfortunate situation have important implications for the phenomena, such as irregular migration and human trafficking. We have provided refugee for more than 43,000 Haitians in Mexico, and we will continue to support them in finding formal jobs and full integration in our society. But we need to make sure that migration is an option and not an obligation for the Haitians, and we will continue working very hard on this. And we want to thank you so much, dear CARICOM community, dear President. Thank you for inviting Mexico. We are fully committed with this cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I want to thank the media now, and okay, so we have one more contribution, final contribution from the floor in this session, and that is the French Minister of State in Development. Please.
Merci. Dear President Ali, dear heads of states and governments of the CARICOM, dear Mia, dear foreign secretaries, dear ambassadors, on behalf of President Emmanuel Macron, I would like to thank the Jamaican authorities and CARICOM for organizing this high-level meeting. The situation is absolutely critical from a security and humanitarian perspective. The international community must urgently mobilize alongside Haiti to put an end to the suffering of the population victimized by criminal armed groups. France is strongly committed to supporting Haitian people. We're here to support the Haitian dialogue and CARICOM mediation efforts. France stands by your side. We condemn in the strongest possible terms the attacks by armed groups. They are terrorizing the population and undermine the very foundation of the Haitian state. I welcome the participation of representatives from Kenya and Benin, whose support to the multinational security support mission will be
them a teeth on me. And them a say love me beach. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy Kenyan, we can't buy time. You can't put me again. Can't put me again. You can't put me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch a line and a resort to crime. You can't put me again. Promise to dig up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me know me got bigger. The other the promises done and them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and it's down in our river. Them a bull money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them smell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and thief when them sell it on me. When they treat the market man, it on me. When them a treat the cat man, it on me. When they treat the peanut man, it on me. When them a treat the dirt man, it on me. When them a treat the son man, it on me. When them a treat policeman, it on me. How them a treat soldier.
Boom! I mean, I say a couple to the flex they represent for Wayne Global TV. So I say, you know the code in the Wayne Global TV is what fully blessed on the 90 days. So I say, yeah man, to the fullest. Yeah man, make sure them log in to Wayne Global TV. So I say, check it out. So I say, one cup of flex. So I say, Wayne Global. When you watch you know, see them a plan up and a try to put them money pan we head. But man, I live too long, them want Wayne Global fitted. To him juggle so smooth that them want him life for dread. I chew the bank, I like the break, but we ain't all about the bread. We open up in the ears and no listen when we said, cause we lyrics them so smooth like the linen pan the bed. Them one with a fall, we live in pan the edge, I must say true, we make this them. We ain't Global TV, we are 90, hey. And 90, who Jaja bless, say no man can curse. Give me the Range Rover, who no drive years. Boom! We in Global TV to the fullest one cup of excellence. See me?
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Global Television. You have just seen the Talking Shop. You have just seen the Talking Shop. But me not lie. The Prime Minister's speech, or when did I read from? Sound like the State Department wrote it this morning, sent down with Anthony Blinken. And the Prime Minister didn't have a lot of time to study it. So he was just mushy-mushying his way through what he was reading. But at some point, it really sounded and you could tell, even though prime ministers don't write them speech. But we all know it's not from the heart, is it? It's just on paper. But good evening and welcome. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to those on the X, to those on the Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. Good evening and welcome. Good evening to those on the live. Good evening to those in the chat. Good evening and welcome. Thank you very much. The crisis in Haiti continues to spiral out of control. We've just seen a high-level meeting, but they continue to talk about this international, this multinational security support mission led by Kenya. The Kenyan court have already blocked this move. I don't know at the moment if William Ruto is taking it to a higher court. But a Kenyan court has already blocked this move of sending Kenyan police to Haiti because literally police are not trained to deal with international issues. Armies are trained to do those things. Police are not trained to deal with international civil war issues. It is the army which are trained to do it. So let's see how this talking shop
This talking shop of do nothing. Good evening, Natalia Freeman. Good evening and welcome. Debbie Jervis. Good evening and welcome. Good evening and welcome. Patricia Matthews. Anthony R. Good evening and welcome. Sunshine, good evening and welcome. Good evening, Beat and Teach. Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for joining us. Good evening and welcome. Audrey Robson, good evening and welcome. Good evening to Patrick Evans, Carla Williams, good evening and welcome. Good evening all and welcome. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. Jason Kane, Lilith Foster. Good evening and welcome. VM, Mary Messenger TV, Noreen Dennison, Colleen Jones, good evening and welcome. VM, good evening and welcome. Perspective Power, good evening and welcome. Michelle Lewis Wilson's Got Gifts, good evening and welcome. Good evening to you all. Thank you all for joining us. Georgia Dennis, good evening. Georgia Dennis, good evening and welcome. Mama Nita, good evening and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Bruce, good evening and welcome. Good evening. Yvonne Green, good evening and welcome. Good evening. Charnel Williams, good evening and welcome. Good evening, Douglas Allen, how are you? Good evening and welcome. Carleen Jones, good evening and welcome. Simone Beckford, good evening and welcome. Narissa Smith, how are you? Narissa, how are you? Good evening and welcome. I can't barely see anything because I've been reading all day in the description area. You will find quite a few reading material to do with the Haiti issue. You will also find some reading material to do with the jury services issue. Please do read them. I them and kill me. Come like somebody just throw sand or sawdust in them. The I eat the jerk world, mantle and respect, bro. How are you? Good evening and welcome. Good evening and welcome to all my moderators, Sim and Cousin Jamie, Cousin Myrna. Good evening and welcome. Good evening to my brothers and sisters. Good evening all and welcome. Good evening to my father. Good evening and welcome. Good evening to the community of parity. Good evening and welcome, Ubuntu. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Boy, the talking shop. Gloria Morris. Good evening and welcome. The talking shop we've just listened to. But at no point you heard any of them tell you that we want to protect our economic interests in Haiti when it comes to do with iridium, rebel with a cause. Good evening. None of them now going to tell you them high delegation meeting where the State Department writes speech, Jamaican foodie, send down, come give the Prime Minister to sit down and think he can convince us. Ask yourself, Jamaicans, why the Americans is puppeting your Prime Minister by using your Prime Minister as a puppet, pulling the string behind, acting as if Andrew Holness or the Jamaican state really care about our people. But if you read a lot of the article that I put in the description area about Blinken's coming to Jamaica to this high delegate meeting, Abina Sudoki, good evening, how are you? There is a particular paragraph, Jay, good evening. There is a particular paragraph which is emphasized by most of the papers when you read it. And that paragraph says, the secretary, referring to Secretary Blinken, like and share the live, please. Like and share the live. Thank you. There's a particular paragraph in most of the articles. In one of the articles, it reads, the secretary will also meet with Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness to discuss bilateral and regional issues. Bilateral, one. Bilateral issues, one. Regional issues, two. And reaffirming our strong and enduring tie with Jamaica. So as well, you see Dorothy Elliott. Raymond, good evening and welcome. How are you? Secretary Blinken is not just in Jamaica because they care about Haiti and they care about the crisis unfolding in Haiti and they care about the people of Haiti. It's more to do with iridium and whether China may come into this thing as a peace broker and then control the iridium that the ruling class in Haiti that align themselves with neocolonialism or the westernization Amoy, good evening and welcome. Would want to have you believe that it is okay, it's the people, it's criminal gangs. But what they're not telling you, while all of this is going on, one of the very rich material, which Haiti is the second biggest provider of that material, iridium, which is essential to a lot of their modern day technology because it's a very hard heat resistance material. So it's also important for all these space exploration vessels and adventures. So the breakdown you're seeing in Haiti is really to do with who controls that rich resources called iridium. And when leaders who align themselves to America and the West, or leaders that are favored by America, is in power, then, like the rest of our Afro-Caribbean countries and African countries, or resources get drained out. Yvonne Green, good evening. Or resources get drained out without any benefit coming to the people. This is all about who controls Haiti iridium. This is all about who controls the iridium. Do you think an international police force, police/army put together from, all right, let me roll back. One of my problems I'm having with this thing, normally in these sort of conflict, internal conflict within a country, if there's going to be intervention and this type of scale on a peacekeeping restoration mission, why is it not being done through the usual route of a UN peacekeeping mission? Why? America and France know that when it comes to do with Haiti, they have really fucked things up, beg your pardon. And the Haitians don't want the French or the Americans and their land because they know that when those two especially comes, it's a power control, especially control over your natural resources and your development policies. Same thing is happening to Jamaica as well. We only act classy, or administrative official only act classy within those dictatorial mission within this whole corporate investment world that we have, rather than a political world. It's more of a corporate investment world. The political part of it is just a talking shop. But why is it that it's not done this time through the peacekeeping mission they normally embark upon? Because the French and the Americans know the Haitians don't want them on their soil because they're up to no good. These same two powers have been punishing Haiti for hundreds of years, all because Haiti has gained its freedom and has embarrassed them. Why do I think they're all jumping about over the place? There may be, Ronald B., good evening. There may be a chance of Haiti joining BRICS. And if that is the case, it changes the relationship and dynamic with countries such as Russia and China and Haiti. The Americans are doing everything to fend off those two countries out of their backyard. So therefore, what the French and the Americans do is turn to all colonial partners like Jamaica and Kenya and said, can you front this out for us? We will put in the resources and the cash behind it. But we really want to make sure that our economic interest lies within Haiti. Our national security interests when it comes to accumulating those wealth, those precious material lies in Haiti. So this talking shop you see going on, it's nothing to do with restoring Haiti or whatever. It's about restoring it to the point where they have control over that rich resource, as where they have dominance over that rich resources. And it is the practice of American Western hegemony. America policy is never to allow such country with the potential and rich assets to have proper development in its backyard. And this is where the whole China influence come in. But that's another separate thing where I will have to talk about the Western influence versus China influence in Africa and the Caribbean. I'll look at that separately one day. But let's look at Monica Wells. Good evening and welcome. The French said they support a swift deployment of a multinational security mission in Haiti in order to restore security and create condition that favors that is favorable to the holding of free and democratic election. That international, that multinational security mission you hear they're talking about. You also hear they're talking about Kenya is to lead that multinational support mission. The Kenyan court has blocked the mission. So this high-level meeting today, what is going to be the move from this meeting on the security front? If the country that is supposed to lead the security mission, court blocks it from deploying its police forces to get involved in an international issue where police do not have that type of jurisdiction. Army does under a UN mandate. Why did this meeting today not held in the UN Security Council or the UN General Assembly? Why is Jamaica being pushed ahead of this thing? As if Jamaica have that expertise and support to deal with this issue. It must be recognized that the state of Jamaica and Kenya is being puppeted by Western influence, using the blackface, the same thing we are given as independence. It is the same thing they're using now. Use black countries against each other to achieve my French, American, or Western interests. This is what is going on here. This is not about the people of Haiti. If it was about the people of Haiti, why did the Jamaican government have an automatic return policy when your brothers and sisters turn up on your shore seeking asylum? But yet you have gone into a deal to accept World Bank staff. Why World Bank staff not go home? Them not come far nowhere. World Bank staff, them not have yard. None of them family no long to see them where them come from. Or is it they want to come for a vacation? Katia Stalker, good evening and welcome. I hope the World Bank will be able to show us, because we can't depend on the Jamaica state, who is picking up this bill. And if the World Bank is going to be involved in any kickback, Rowan Williams, if they're going to be involved in any kickback with crooked Jamaican officials. But the truth must be said, this conversation today, or this puppeteering, where Jamaica is being held up and dangled in front of the world as Jamaica care about the issue that is happening in Haiti. Global TV is telling the world tonight, not so. This is all a facade. Because our state of Jamaica, how they deal with the crisis of refugee stemming out of the continuing breaking down of law and order in Haiti, is one, they have an automatic return policy to send them back into a war zone without hearing their asylum application. Two, by criminalizing them, when they turn upon your shore, charging them with the offense of illegal entry. At that, me say 333 billion. Numbers, eh? Sequence. The numerologist would be looking into that number. But this is not about the people of Haiti. This is about French and America's interests. And the state of Jamaica is used to spearhead Western interests against one of our very own. Look at the spiraling crime situation in Jamaica. We're not really far from Haiti. It's only because we haven't got an open or declared civil war. But look at our murder rate in what is called a non-war peaceful democracy. Cousin Myrna, good evening and welcome. How are you? And it is the same government who wants to spearhead security intervention when for 8 years you've lost control on crime. For 8 years, you have not furnished your country with a crime plan. But you want the international community, you want to have the international community believe that you, the Jamaican Prime Minister, is holding a high-level talk because you care about the issue in Haiti and care about what the people are going through. We must make them draw wool over our eye. No, the statement from the Americans. Sorry. If this was about Haiti, why the Americans come with so much agenda? Remember, it's an emergency. Pauline Dixon. It's an emergency coming together because the situation is spiraling out of control in Haiti. The security system, the security system is collapsing by the day. Let me turn down the light here. It's collapsing by the day. And Secretary Blinken came with a crowful. Joan Sinclair, good night. The Secretary of State, even though they want to have you believe, I believe I may have to take on the jury situation I'm on in, but never mind. Make we progress on this. Kate M. Good evening and welcome. They make it out like this is an emergency high delegation meeting on Haiti. How come America managed to decide? And to them, it's a late decision for Blinken. How come Blinken managed to come with a whole crowful that has nothing to do with Haiti? Blinken turn up with a whole crowful. A whole crowful we don't have nothing to do with Haiti. Blinken is there to discuss America's bilateral ties with Jamaica? Bilateral ties, things we got to do with just me and you. You never say multilateral tie, bilateral. But they went further. The Americans want reaffirmation of the strong, enduring ties they have with Jamaica. Secretary Blinken and the State Department find all those crowful of arguments to come and have today when the issue is supposedly about the security breakdown in Haiti. Then if Secretary Blinken also went further to have regional discussion with Andrew Holness, what could those regional discussions be about? Of course, one could assume China's influence. China's influence would have been a main topic. Sharon Peart, good evening and welcome. China's influence would have been a main topic in the regional affairs, regional issues that Secretary Blinken came to discuss with the Prime Minister. All of this whole sudden meeting, the Americans come with a whole crowdful, of issues between not just them and Jamaica, but between them and the region. And because throughout the region, China is where Jamaica does its biggest investment. Haiti falling apart, and China is on the move globally with the rich resources of iridium in Haiti. America wants not normalcy, but what America wants there is a president that is in America's pocket, but one that the people is not creating an open rebellion against. When America moves into a country and assassinates a leader or attempt to change a regime, what we saw, what is happening in Haiti now, is a consequences of the execution, the assassination of the former president. That leaves a vacuum that this problem spilled into, because America wants to institute a leader who will make sure America's interests, America's economic interest is secured in Haiti, particularly to do with iridium. So the stability that America wants is to be able to be sucking out the iridium peacefully. The Americans doesn't care what is happening to the people of Haiti if it doesn't affect them, if it doesn't affect their natural resources squander. that they go on in the country with. But this is not about the people of Haiti. This is about Western interests. And that greedy, murderous Nicolas Sarkozy of France, ever since his hands been lifted off a few African countries, he is on a drive to get his foot back in Haiti. It will be an ongoing bloodbath because the Haitians do not want interference from external influence. They wouldn't mind support from external countries, but they do not want external interference. As Colleen Jones said, Gaddafi, Libya was one of the most successful countries in this world when it comes to socio-economic. The Americans and the French went in, Elder Fletcher, and destroyed it because it had a plan. It had a plan that would create and develop a unity of Africa and its economy and its people that will miniaturize the West and the American currency. Ever since the Americans killed Gaddafi, you have seen what that country has become. Iraq was a thriving economy, a country with top scientists and all those people. The moment the Americans and the British went in and destroyed, look at what it has become. American and Western influence does not help situations like these. It more creates a problem. The American solution or the Western solution to problem is to apply gangrene to an open wound. Hence, you see whichever country Western influence go to, it's a continuous breakdown of corruption, crime, and violence, unless, like China, you change the system, or like India, you will not be able to develop if you hold dear to the system that the colonial master asks you to keep to. You dare not survive. You dare not get out of that hook unless you create a system outside of that one that was created to hold you, your resources, material and human, in contempt. So don't be fooled. This is not about Haiti. This is about France and America's interests. And we must not be fooled by our government. And we must not allow our government to fool us. And we must not allow our government to fool our people. Because this is not about the people. This is about somebody's economic interests. This is about somebody's economic interests. KM, good evening. How are you? Amoy, good evening. It's not about the people. And we must not let our leader feel like they have our support. Because we see when the people of Haiti arrive on the shore of Jamaica, they're not treated like human by our leader. They're not treated like they're our brothers and sisters. They're not treated like they're from our backyard. The only reason I think why Secretary Chang, our Minister Chang, agree to take some orphanage from Haiti is because they know once we find out that they're taking World Bank people and turning their back to our brothers and sisters, it's going to cause a whole load of argument. But we won't be fooled by that, Dr. Chang, because World Bank people come from somewhere. World Bank people have place to live. Why they not go home at them yard? Or why they not go a big, peaceful America? They don't hear how Jamaica violent and we don't have hospital. Where them come at Jamaica come do, World Bank people? Why them not go home? Go home until the war is finished. That's what people in war zone do. Why World Bank staff have become refugees? Why World Bank staff can go to the World Bank headquarters, go carry out them job? If them can carry out them job in Jamaica, why then don't hitch them in the basement of the World Bank? Rosemary Samuels. World Bank people them for go home at them yard, wherever them come from. Go home at them yard till the conflict is over. And if them need to come do them work, them come back. But I have a video from the police brouhaha, one that look more close up. And me I go play it for you, and I've also kind of capture some photos, some pictures out of it to see if anybody know any of the faces. But take a look at this video from a more little close-up angle.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. All right, 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 all right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Andre. All right. Yeah. Me have everything. Me have everything. I'm a brother, I know. I'm a brother. All right. No, you can't show me. You can't do anything. Excuse. Stop pushing me, brother. You can't show me. That's the lie. I lost when me come. All right. I fuck with that, boy. I fuck with that. I can't shoot nobody. I fuck with that. I foolishness. I fuck with boy. John Crow. Hey boy, oi, Batman, oi, what up for? Oi, remember who the run money man, yeah? I fuck with that, you see you, licky boy. Yo, cuz boy. Am I drinking up? A foolishness.
Shauna Smith, good evening and welcome. Good evening, good evening. Some picture when me crop out from the scene. And if nobody can identify the young man, their face, and tell we who him is, and tell we if him have mental health issue, him a bad man. Me hear one of the person in that video say, I drink, him there drink. James, good evening and welcome. Would there be a suggestion that his behavior is stemming from drunkenness? Somebody must know them police officer and which station them from. Somebody must be able to identify some one of these people in these incidents. And it was actually 5 police, not 4. 4 male and a female. And only the female really seemed to have deployed some de-escalation techniques or tactics. Darty Brown, good evening and welcome. Darty Brown said he was drinking. Do you have any more information on the issue that can provide us, Darty? So I don't know if anybody would be able to recognize any of these faces. It's the how did it start we're very much interested in. That is the main thing we want to know. What was the trigger point of what we saw? What was the trigger point of what we saw in this video? It is something. JP, good evening. How are you? Something led to this situation. Whether it was started by the police or it was started by that young man. I heard one of the young men referred to a name, Andre Stop, as if his name is Andre. Did anyone hear that, or is it my busybody ears? The problem is the supervisor thing don't work like police in America and so on, because if you notice, nobody not dead fit take control, and when you buck up on Jamaica police in a stop and search, even we the law-abiding people when I do nothing. The approach we get from them and the treatment we get from them treat we like we're criminal as well. So for those of us who may have had a run-in with Jamaican police from just a stop and search or an approach or whatever, we know the approach. We know the approach from the security services can be one that is a trigger point. Janet Mundi, good evening and welcome. The way we know our police, Sharon Peart, their approach historically towards us is a trigger point. Hey, gal, come here. Take out them gun out of them waist and turn up over the street and use them gun, wave you over to them. I've seen all of those. I've seen police box big woman, like a police boy and gal, box big man and woman for no reason at all. A lot of us have seen that. Our type of policing approach is a trigger point. It is important to know what happened in this situation. Very important to know what the possible trigger point to this situation was, because there had to be one. Whoever it started from, whether it is the police, Jennifer Simpson, good evening and welcome. Whether it is from the police or from the young man, nevertheless, it must be said that the police displayed lack of profession, lack of training, lack of tactfulness, and lack of awareness throughout the unfolding situation. They showed no de-escalation skill, no proper retraining skill. None of them. All them did it, Millicent Jones, good evening and welcome. Turn up with them gun pointing to shoot. When you don't watch foreign show and see how they restrain them, put them to the ground and kneel down upon them and subdue them. I mean, 2 or 3 of Uno out of the 5 couldn't have restrained him while the other 2 are whole guard. The whole Uno left, most Uno left him to the woman and Uno trigger happy man. Just there waiting to discharge your weapon. That type of policing will create more riot, will create riot, breed more anger, and create standoff between the people and the police. We need to reform the way our police work under the social contract. The police need to know that it's a contract between us and them. It is not a rule over us. It is a contract between us and them for each other to treat each other humanly and respectfully. Short of that is where you will have pushback, crime, rebellion, uprising, demonstrations. So the police and the Jamaican state must understand, especially at this juncture, where we're doing a constitutional reform to transform the state of Jamaica into a republic. Is this the type of policing that we want to run a republic? But I wonder how well this gentleman will do his job. I wonder if this gentleman, given his police experience and expertise, will be able to implement the well-needed operational strategy. Jamaica, this will be your new commissioner, it is said, after the 18th of March, when thus they never did anything, contract comes to an end. Now that somebody is being placed there with policing experience and accolade, then I think it's fair for us to look for fresh ideas and fresh crime fighting strategies in order to bring the crime situation under control? Or would it be a still lack thereof and interference from those in the political class above that oftentimes prevent our law enforcers from carrying out their duties? But Andrew Holness has blood on his hands. When him a run up and down and go on like him care about the people of Haiti, when him care about America's interests, and not only care about America's interests, and if him don't want to do it, because him knows say America don't him throat over the China influence, him have to apply him double standard to keep the balance, to keep the hot patty balance between the Chinese and the American standoff over who have more influence over Jamaica and its port and resources. But tomorrow we will get into the Brian Sykes debate, the call for the end of jury trial. Little London resident and police at odds over claim teenage boy killed during a police chase. So that's a developing situation in Westmoreland and Grange Hill as well. Additional security asset rushed to Grange Hill after four murders over the weekend. So even when Holness a gear up figure Haiti go fight crime, it just a galang out on the run. So and I'm sure there's some murder in the St. Andrew area over the last how much hours, is it not? Somebody correct me. I think I saw it somewhere. This is the backgrounds of these liars and hypocrites. Before I go, I want to say something on this issue. With regards to this issue, I've seen the articles floating about. I've read what is out there. I've heard the conversations. Global TV is not going to get into the debate of this issue, what is going on now. Why is Global TV not getting involved? The story, in my view, or whatever is out there in public, in my view, sounds more like a character assassination rather than an actual offense. And in my view, if two people were in their fangledangles or whatever friendship or relationship, and there is bitterness in the middle of it, and one is using the state and the media to vent their anger, albeit putting themselves out there, I'm not going to jump on a story that, in my view, based on the information, just my view, I am saying, I wonder if the police question the other young man that was referred to that was in the house. It would be important to know that. But one again, while it is under trial, one would wait to see where this goes. But as it stands at the moment, Global TV will wait for further development Because in my view at the moment, this sounds like more like a character assassination rather than an actual offense. I'm not saying the offense didn't take place. I'm just saying what it sounds like based on the information that is in public. Something doesn't add up. If the so-called victim or accuser is withholding more information, it would be important for it to put the confusion or the missing part in public. But for now, global TV will not jump on that bandwagon that sounds more like a character assassination than an actual offense. When there's more in light, when there's more story, when there's more that put a sense of a picture to the story, sorry, and that information is out there, then global TV can have a discussion about it or get involved in whatever discussion is out there. But if I cannot understand or get my head around the particular story that is out there now, I'm not going to be one of them that is going to run out and pull somebody down over an allegation that doesn't synchronize, add up, or make sense when you look at the overall picture and the submissive explanation. It doesn't add up. So much doesn't add up. But let's leave that there. But my platform will not be used to smear people's character over what may be just a nasty tit-tat between two who have fallen. But with regards to the getting involved in Brian Sykes' debate in his call for the end of the end of jury trial, that I will start tomorrow, because I really do me bad. I in all sorts today, from reading to watching different bits and pieces here, there, and everywhere. So that I do me not so decent. Give us some like, make me see how much channel like, but make me quarrel. No man, 172 like the live. Come on man, you can do better. 30 of you who haven't liked the live yet, hit the like button before we leave. But the jury debate, we global TV will start our opinion and side of this end of jury trial argument in Jamaica. It's not the first that Brian Sykes have put this argument forward. There was a Gleaner April 23 article, or either 23 or 22 article. There's also a new article in the Gleaner's editorial for yesterday with regards to a fresh call for that. I do believe as well, with the awaited decision in the cartel case, especially if that decision goes in cartel favor, it will also heightens the jury trial debate in Jamaica over the next few days and weeks. So tomorrow I will start giving my opinion, and whether it's a system that we should hold on to, or it's a confused, outdated system. But thank you all very much for being here with us on Global Television this evening. Join us back here tomorrow when we will continue our discussion and keep our brothers and sisters in Haiti in your mind and hope for positive result and speedy resolution to the conflict. Thank you all very much, and we will definitely see you back here tomorrow. This was the people's point of view. Thank you very much.